The film opens with Helena, who is 20, and believes she has spent her whole life inside a spacecraft called Órbita 9. She thinks Earth is no longer safe, too crowded and polluted, so scientists chose a new target planet named Celeste. Helena has been raised to think she is humanity's future, traveling toward Celeste on a mission that takes decades. She believes she has already traveled 20 years, with another 20 still ahead. Her childhood happened inside that sealed metal world. Her parents brought her on board as a newborn and raised her there, teaching strict routines and survival in a closed system. But 3 years ago, the ship suffered a major malfunction, and oxygen began dropping fast. The numbers were brutal. If all 3 stayed alive, the oxygen would last only about 1 more year. So her parents made a silent choice. Without a real final goodbye, they stepped out into space and sacrificed themselves, so that with only Helena breathing, the remaining oxygen could stretch to around 3 to 4 years. After that, Helena lived alone in a loop of survival tasks, checking health readings, exercising so her body won't weaken, and tending vegetables for food. She talks to the ship like it's alive because there is nobody else. She replays memories of her parents, and as the oxygen thins, even breathing starts to feel heavy. Eventually, the oxygen drops to a terrifying point, only 1% left. Then the ship's AI tells her an engineer is expected within 17 hours. Helena can barely believe it. She has lived 3 years without a human voice, and she has never met anyone her own age. Soon after, an emergency alarm erupts and the ship shakes. Helena runs to the controls and sees a capsule locking onto Órbita 9. The hatch opens, and a young man steps inside, around her age. Helena freezes because it's the first time she has ever seen a boy. He introduces himself as Alex, an engineer. He says he has about 50 hours to repair the systems and leave, and he brought a mini robot to scan equipment. Alex immediately works on the oxygen setup while Helena hovers nearby, desperate for company, asking questions just to keep him close. Helena invites Alex to dinner, and after a pause, he agrees. For her, it feels normal. 2 people sitting together, talking, sharing food. Alex stays distant, answering only what he has to and reminding her he must return to his outpost. While he works, Helena studies his belongings, trying to understand him through objects. She even talks sweetly to the mini-robot because it's the closest thing to a friend she can approach. That night, loneliness wins. Helena slips into Alex's room while he sleeps and touches him. He wakes up startled, and Helena blurts out the truth she's carried her whole life. She has never kissed anyone, never felt love, and she's terrified of spending the next 20 years alone again. Alex isn't warm at first, but he doesn't shut her down. The distance breaks and they become intimate. For Helena, it's the first time she feels like a human being instead of a mission. The next morning, Alex leaves quickly without giving her the goodbye she needs. It hurts more than loneliness ever did. Then, the truth drops. Alex's capsule doesn't drift away into space. It opens inside a dark tunnel. He steps out, rides an elevator up, and emerges into daylight, on Earth. The area is a restricted forest zone, and the shock lands. Helena was never in space either. Órbita 9 is a simulator buried underground. It's part of a hidden operation called Project Órbita, also known as an orbit program. Underground, the facility holds 10 full-size ships labeled Órbita 1 through Órbita 10. Each one contains a human subject who believes they are alone on a real journey to Celeste. Scientists are testing how body and mind survive extreme long-term travel, so a future real launch won't fail the same way. Alex drives past more bunker entrances like Helena's and reaches the main base, clearing a military checkpoint. Inside, Alex meets Hugo, the man running the project. Hugo shows him the stats and confirms 10 orbiters are operating. He claims the results look strong, and if things continue, a real mission to Celeste could happen in roughly 20 to 30 years. He treats the subjects as necessary sacrifices, arguing a few lives are worth the future of the human race. Alex is uneasy with that logic, especially after meeting Helena and seeing how real her emotions are. He also learns why the program exists. 5 years earlier, the real Celeste mission ended in disaster. A ship carrying 207 crew members suffered a fatal technical failure shortly after launch, and everyone died. Alex was the head engineer tied to that project, and the guilt destroyed him. After that tragedy, the agency refused to risk another launch without testing every condition first, so they built these underground orbiters and began experimenting on isolated humans. Later, at home, the mini-robot Alex brought back activates and projects a recording. Helena speaking gently, saying the same sweet things she told the robot inside Órbita 9. That recording hits Alex like a punch. It proves Helena isn't just data on a tablet. She's a real person, living a fake life, and he's now emotionally tangled in the lie. The morning after leaving the facility, Alex sits in a remote therapy session with a psychologist named Sylvia. Privacy is handled in a strange way. Sylvia can see him, but Alex can't see her. His screen shows only a digital wolf face that mirrors expressions, and the voice is altered to keep her anonymous. Alex admits what's eating him alive. He tells Sylvia about the Órbita simulator program. 10 human subjects locked inside fake spaceships, watched like lab animals. The agency's logic, he says, isn't different from how scientists treat mice, and he confesses he can't stop thinking about one subject, Helena. Over the next days, Alex unravels. He replays live feeds and old footage from Órbita 9 again and again, obsessed with Helena's routine. Guilt becomes paranoia, then a decision he can't undo. He drives back to the restricted military zone where Órbita 9 is buried. Inside Órbita 9, Helena is already collapsing. She still believes she's stranded far from any outpost and has no reason to expect help again. Then the ship shakes, and an alarm screams. She runs to the panel and sees a capsule attaching to her spaceship. She's confused. She didn't request service. The hatch opens, and Alex steps out. He isn't wearing a spacesuit, which scares her instantly. Alex tells her the truth right away. This isn't a real spacecraft, and they are not in space. It's a simulator on Earth, and they have to leave before the agency notices. Helena panics and begs him to stop. She can't accept her entire life might be a lie, so Alex proves it. He shows hidden surveillance gear and tracking tech tied to her body, reveals a chip planted in her to monitor vital organs, and shows that recordings exist of her life inside the ship, from childhood to now. He even removes a hidden camera device to show how fully she's been watched. Helena is terrified and shaking, but she trusts Alex more than the ship, and she doesn't want to lose the only person who has ever felt real. Alex moves fast and builds a cover story. Using his mini-robot, he wires it to mimic her presence so the system keeps sending normal health updates, as if Helena is still inside. He hacks the camera feed and runs an older recording loop so monitors see nothing unusual. Then he takes Helena out. The outside world hits her like an attack. Sunlight burns her eyes, real air floods her lungs, and her body can't handle it. She staggers, struggles to walk, and her heartbeat spikes. Alex hides her in a large container in the back of his truck, covers it, and leaves his spacesuit visible as part of the disguise. At the checkpoint, a guard scans the vehicle. The beeping rises near the back, and Alex thinks he's done. But the guard assumes the signal is from the radiation-exposed suit, not a person, and waves him through. When they're far away, Alex explains more. The program has been running since before Helena was born, and the oxygen emergency wasn't exactly what she believed. The agency can create crises and excuses to shape a subject's behavior. Alex says his official reason for visiting wasn't to save her, but to do a technical inspection, especially of the ship's AI and systems. Helena realizes her life has been managed. Helena asks the most painful question, "What about my parents?" Alex says her parents are alive and connected to the project, but he refuses to help her meet them. If the escape is discovered, he warns, the scientists could be blamed or react harshly. He hints her parents are tied to the system so deeply that searching for them may only bring heartbreak. Alex takes Helena to his house and keeps her hidden. She's stunned by ordinary rooms and everyday objects. Then she experiences rain for the first time, stepping into it like someone discovering a new planet. She keeps staring at the open sky, silent. The next day, Alex returns to Sylvia and admits what he did. He took a test subject out of a simulator. For the first time, Sylvia breaks anonymity. She shows her real face and gives Alex her personal number, promising to help if everything collapses. Back home, Alex shows Helena his small computer lab where he monitors the program. He says cameras aren't in bathrooms or bedrooms, mainly corridors and entrances, but Helena is still disgusted by how controlled she's been. Helena asks, "What if they find out I'm gone?" Alex explains his plan. He'll record Helena at the house and blend that footage into the Órbita feed, making it look like she never left. He also reveals the program's darkest rule. The simulator doors aren't meant to open for freedom. The journey can be extended with new excuses until the subject dies naturally. The only real exit is death, and the agency calls it Mission Protocol. Outside life starts damaging Helena. Marks and rashes appear on her back. Alex takes her to a doctor friend, Dr. Zhao, who notices her skin is extremely delicate, like someone never exposed to sunlight. The sun is harming her. Dr. Xiao grows suspicious and presses Alex. Alex tries to dodge, but the signs are too clear, and he admits Helena is connected to the Orbiter program. Dr. Xiao warns him, once doctors start asking questions, secrets don't stay buried. Alex also brings Helena out in controlled ways, showing her parts of the city and buying different foods so she can taste real variety. When she wants to see the sea, he takes her to an aquarium instead, trying to give her a safe version of the world without exposing her identity. He even brings her to a nightclub to meet friends while hiding her background and dodging, "Where are you from?" In those talks, they argue about the future. Alex insists the program is necessary to help humanity survive on Celeste. Dr. Xiao pushes back, saying humans should repair Earth instead of running. Helena listens and understands something terrifying. She isn't just trapped in a simulator. She's trapped inside the argument over what humanity thinks is worth sacrificing. While Alex is away, Helena can't stop thinking about what she has seen. His secret computers, the way everyone treats her like a case. She searches his files and finds a hidden report that flips her world. It says Helena isn't a chosen astronaut. She is a clone, made for the project. The report also lists an address tied to her parents, so Helena takes it and leaves without telling Alex. She isn't running because she hates him. She needs answers. At the address, Helena meets the couple she believed were her parents. They admit the clone truth. The mother tries to calm her, saying a clone is still human, and that Helena was built from strong genetics, parts even mixed from different eras, to be healthier and more resilient. The father reacts the opposite way. The moment he realizes Helena escaped the simulator, he panics. He handcuffs her to a railing and prepares to call the agency. Before he can, the mother attacks him from behind, knocks him out, and frees Helena. She tells Helena to run. Once the father wakes up, he will contact the program leaders without hesitation. Helena escapes and heads back toward Alex. When Alex comes home and finds her missing, the scattered papers tell him what happened. He realizes she went looking for her parents. He finds her, and there's no time for arguments, because the agency is already moving. Hugo and his security team trace them. He reports the crisis to the project's financial backer, Catherine. Catherine doesn't care about ethics. To her, Helena is an asset that slipped out of a cage. She orders Hugo to find Helena and eliminate her before the escape threatens the program. With nowhere safe left, Alex takes Helena to the only person he trusts, his therapist, Sylvia. Sylvia agrees to hide them, but Hugo's men arrive almost immediately. Hugo searched Alex's apartment and found Sylvia's card, so he knows where to go. Commandos storm the clinic and search room by room. Sylvia stalls them. For a moment, Alex and Helena nearly slip through by using the clinic's therapy setup. Sessions run behind a screen where the client appears only as a wolf avatar. If they stay perfectly still, the wolf face won't move, and they might not be noticed. But Sylvia refuses to hand them over, and a commando kills her. Their last safe place dies with her. Alex and Helena run. A chase follows. Trapped high above the city, the only option is to jump to the next roof. Alex goes first and reaches back, begging Helena to jump. Helena freezes. She can't. To save Alex, she surrenders and lets the commandos take her while Alex escapes. They fire at him in the chaos, but he gets away. Shaken, Alex turns to Dr. Xiao. Xiao delivers the worst news. Helena's body isn't built for this world. Her skin is deteriorating because she has never lived under real sunlight. Worse, she adapted to the simulator's controlled environment, so even if she wins freedom, her body may not survive long. Then Xiao reveals the next shock from Helena's tests. Helena is pregnant. Back at the agency, Helena is treated like a problem to erase. Hugo prepares a lethal injection to follow Catherine's order and end Helena quietly, before the outside world ever finds out she existed. But Alex refuses to accept it. He calls Hugo, offers a deal, then drives straight to the facility, forcing his way through the military zone. Soldiers open fire and Alex is hit, but he keeps going. Hugo arrives and orders them to stop. Alex's deal matters. Alex is brought to Helena, and they break down when they see each other. Alex plays his final card. He shows Helena's report and confirms she is 6 weeks pregnant and the baby is a girl. He argues this pregnancy is priceless to Orbiter. Until now, they've tested adults in isolation. No child has ever been born inside a simulator. If Helena delivers the baby inside Orbiter 9, they can gather medical data they've never had. Data that could help create the perfect long-term space traveler. That is what saves Helena. Catherine's kill order becomes harder to justify when Helena becomes a once-in-history experiment. Hugo accepts the deal. Helena won't be killed, and Alex will return with her to Orbiter 9 so the pregnancy can be monitored. Helena agrees, but demands one condition. When her daughter is old enough, the child must be released and allowed to live a real life. In the final scene, 20 years pass. We return to the underground facility. Hugo is old, waiting outside Orbiter 9. The bunker door opens. A young woman steps out, strong, calm, prepared for the life she was raised for. It's implied she is Helena and Alex's daughter. She smiles at someone behind her, her parents, then lifts her eyes to the sky. As she looks up, we hear a spacecraft preparing to launch toward Celeste. The message is clear. Helena's mission was controlled research, and after 20 years, the real product is their daughter, raised inside Orbiter 9 to become the perfect human for deep space travel. The launch sound confirms the program succeeded, and the meaning stays dark. Humanity's future is built on sacrifice, turning even love, family, and motherhood into data.